Hey friends, we're on lesson 31, so pull that out and we'll get started. The first direction says draw a 5-inch line segment. So we go to the inches side of our ruler and we're going for 5 inches. Put the first measuring mark on the dot and we're going for 5 inches. So I put a dot where I want to stop, hold it down with all my fingers and connect them. 4-inch line segment this time, same thing. Put a dot where I want to stop, hold it down with all my fingers and connect them. There are a half dozen muffins in a box. Sarah ate 2 muffins. Draw a picture and write a number sentence to show how many muffins are left. So first we have to figure out half dozen. Half dozen's how many? Well, first of all, let's figure out how many is in a dozen. A dozen is 12. So half of 12 is 6. So half dozen muffins in a box. Let's draw it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 muffins. Sarah ate 2. So we're going to add them or we're going to take them away? Let's cross off the 2 that she ate. Draw a picture and write a number sentence to show how many are left. So we started off with 6. We took away 2. And we are left with 4. The answer is 4, and the label is how many muffins. Write each money amount in 2 ways. So we can write it this way with a cent sign. And the other way to mark money is with a $sign and a decimal point. So the amount is 60 cents. Usually we learn to write it like this first, 60 cents. Now when we put it with a $sign and a decimal point, we put the 60 after the decimal point, and we have 0 whole dollars there. You don't have to put that 0 in, but I like to in part because then I don't forget that it's cents instead of dollars, but that's up to you. 4 cents, well, the easiest way to do it is like this, and then we can do it with a $sign and a decimal point, but I can't just put the 4 after the decimal point, because after the decimal point we need 2 digits. And I can't put 4 and then a 0 because that would be 40. So in order to do 4, I have to put a 0 and a 4. Kind of like Miss Musselman writes the date sometimes. And you guys usually try to call me on it when I put 09 instead of just 9 for September. 04 is still just 4, but there has to be 2 numbers after the decimal point when we're talking about money. Shade the thermometer to show 76 degrees Fahrenheit. So we're counting by tens on this thermometer. We start at 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Now, you'll notice that the little lines aren't counting by ones. There aren't enough of them. Between 70 and 80, there's 10 degrees, but there's only 5 spaces. So that means we're counting by 2s. 70, 72, 74, 76. And I'm going to put a line right across 76 instead of just starting to shade without a line, because that makes it easier for Mrs. Musselman to correct it, because I know that you know where it should have been shaded to, even if your pencil creeped up over the line. Find each answer. 5 times 10. Remember, we can count 5 groups of 10, or we can move that 0 after the 5. So we have 5 with a 0 after it, or 50. Same rule here. If there's a 1 and zeros, we can take the 0 and move it after the 7 when we multiply. 7 with a 0. 18, same rule. We can take a 0 as long as there's a 1 with it, and we can move it after the 18. So we have 18 with a 0 or 180. Now this rule, we'll find out later on, can apply to even much bigger numbers. So say we have 18 times 1,000, right? Since it's a 1 with zeros after it, the same rule applies. We can take the zeros and move them after the 18 and get 18 with 3 zeros, or 18,000. So that's a rule. Once you learn it, you can stick with it. What is the 9th month of the year? If you can't remember how to say the months of the year, just because I don't know if you'll necessarily have them at home the way we have them at school, you can go to page 4 in your journal, and there they are. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. We are looking for the 9th. So I put the numbers over here. September is the 9th month. Otherwise you could count January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. 9th month of the year. It needs an uppercase. All months need an uppercase, just like all the days of the week. What was the date a week ago? So, how many days are in a week, first of all? 7, right? Today's date is 11-10-20. So since it's a week ago, we need to back up 7 days. So this is the month. We don't need to back up 7 months. This is the date. We need to back up 7 days. So it's still going to be 11 because we're not going to go back into the previous month. And we're going to go 10, take away 7. And that's 3. And the year didn't change either. The only thing that's changing is that date. 1 week ago, it was the 3rd. Divide the square into thirds. So that means 3 equal groups, right? Thirds is 3 equal groups. So I'll do my best. Those are pretty much equal. And it says shade 1 out of 3, or 1/3. I'm going to shade 1 out of 1, 2, 3. Complete each number pattern. So 50, 55, 60, what are we going up by? Plus 5, plus 5, so that's our pattern. Let's keep it going. 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75. Now if you're unsure about your adding, you can always take out your number chart and start counting. Okay? So when we go backwards on a +5 pattern, we have to take away 5. So 50 take away 5 is 45. 45 take away 5 is 40. 40 take away 5 is 35. Let's check the pattern down here. 21, 31, 41. They're getting bigger, so it's plus. And the ones place isn't changing, but the tens place is going up by 1. We are adding 10 and adding 10. So on your number chart, what that looks like is 21, 31, 41, let's keep going, 51, 61, 71. 51, 61, 71, 81, 91. Okay, this is the tricky one. 91 plus 10 more. 101. If you get to one of those trickier jumps, just count 10 more. Okay, that's the whole thing. Have a great afternoon.